Hey YouTube, what's up? Welcome to another video. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about the National Housing Trust. As you can see on your screen, also called the NHD. I'm going to talk to you about the benefits that they have to offer and why the NHD is considered to be the best mortgage institution in Jamaica. And why, if you are not already a member or what you call a contributor, you should become a contributor now. So remember now, if you're planning to buy a house, if you know somebody who wants to buy a house, please stop this video now, pause this video now, share it with them so that they can get the best information that is available. Read the National Housing Trust. Alright? Big up on yourself. Alright, so welcome back. Now that you share the information with them, it is now time to get your pen, get your paper, and ready. Alright, so first, what is the National Housing Trust? Before we go into the meat of the matter, what is the National Housing Trust? The National Housing Trust is as I said, is a trust that it was set up in the 1970s by the People's National Administration, Mr. Manley, Michael Manley himself. And the mandate that was given to the National Housing Trust was to make low to middle income housing in Jamaica more affordable for the common man and woman. Alright? So that was the mandate. And some people, they will argue and tell you that the mandate of the NHD has changed. But to me, no. It is not really changed. It is just, well, it is changing, but it is adapting with time. Because as you know, the needs of the Jamaican people is changing because we are entering into a modern society. Alright? So, we're going to talk about the benefits of the NHD and why I say it is the best mortgage institution. Alright? Now look, let me tell you this. If you're planning to buy a house, most of us, 99% of Jamaicans who are buying a house, we are not rich. We are either low income to middle income. Rich people, this one is not for you. This one is for the ordinary man and woman. Whether you are residing overseas or you are living in Jamaica, you are the person who I am talking to. You are the person who I am targeting in this video. Alright? So if you want to buy a house, chances are you're going to take a mortgage. You're not going to buy it cash. So you want to know which way to go. Which one of these mortgage institutions is the best? Now, I am telling you right off the bat that the NHD is the best. And I'm going to tell you why later on. But first, I am going to take you through the various other institutions such as the bank and the building societies such as the JN, the VMBS, the the NCB rather. We're going to tell you, I'm going to make like a little comparison so that you can see their interest rate versus the NHD interest rate. So, as I said, make sure you get your paper and pen. Off the bat, let me tell you, the interest rate for most of these banks range between 6% and 8%. A low of 6 and a high of maybe 8.5 or 8.6 because I think it's 8.6 now they are at. So that just show you what you're up to. And these lending institutions, these banks, they will lend you up to I think 30 years. They will give you 30 years to repay. The NHD on the other hand, they have a low, extremely low interest rate. A low of 0% to a high of 3%. Ladies and gentlemen, let that sink in. A low of 0% to a high of 3%. I remember back in the days, and when I say back in the days, I don't mean long. Back in 2013 to be specific, when I went to the NHD to get my pre-approval letter, right? I still have that pre-approval letter. It was last night, I was looking at it and I was shaking my head and said, wow. Back then, in 2013, you're talking about maybe 7-8 years ago, the interest rate was 7% for NHD. At the time, the maximum amount of money that they lend to contributor for house for purchasing house was $4.5 million. At the time, I was only qualified for $3.8 million, and that $3.8 million was at the 7%, and I got what? I think it was 40 years to repay, and my mortgage, my estimated mortgage at the time was $35,000. So $35,000 monthly. Now, if you fast track to 2019 when I bought my house, the maximum amount that they were given at that time was $6.5 million. As I was qualified for the full $6.5 million, and I got 2%. Let that sink in, ladies and gentlemen. I got 2%. I got my mortgage at 2% and I got 38 years to repay, and my monthly mortgage, ready? You ready for this one? All right, like, please like this video. Go and like this video right now, ladies and gentlemen. Like the video. Remember to share it and subscribe to the channel. Oh man, God, the fix and tricks. We're here for you. All right, so my monthly mortgage, including the necessary insurance fees and so forth, is $25,000 now. This is personal information, but I'm still going to share it with you. And the reason why I'm sharing it with you is because I want to help a lot of Jamaicans. I realize I'm talking about Jamaicans living here and overseas. Because if you're overseas, you can still contribute to the trust. I realize that a lot of Jamaicans, they are not reaching out to the NHD. They are not availing themselves with the necessary information. And so therefore, if they don't have the good information, they don't make good decisions. And so therefore, a man will just sit down and say, boy, nothing not go on, because blah, 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 and NHD not do nothing for people. But that is not so true. That is not necessarily the case. A lot of information is out there, and this is the place to get the information. So remember, please like and subscribe to the channel for more videos like these. All right. So as I said, $25,000 is my mortgage. All right. Now, and that is at 2%. Some people get it at 0%. Some people get it at 1%. Because when at first, when I get my pre-approval letter, it stated that I was going to get it at 1%. However, I got a little salary increase, and I, move up a little bit on the scale, because that's how they do it. A lower your pay, for example, a lower your monthly income or your annual income, a lower mortgage you pay, and it's a lower interest rate you pay. So NHD have a thing for everybody. Every Jackman and Dora. A plan is there for you. And as I said, later on, I'm going to show you, because I'm on the site now, and I'm going to show you the benefits, why I said that NHD is the best mortgage institution in Jamaica. So I hope you have your pen and paper. So as I said before, my mortgage is $25,000. Comparing to 2013, 8 years ago, it was $35,000. It is moving from what? 7% to now at 0%, the low of 0%. Right, moving from 7 for me specifically to 2%. So ladies and gentlemen, let me give thanks for that. A lot of you out there, you are paying rent. That $25,000. And by the way, if you want to know my age is 38 years old. I'm not hiding anything. I'm 38. So if you are younger than 38 years of age, your mortgage also is going to be a little bit lower. Because the lower your age is lower the mortgage, because the longer repayment period you get. All right. So if you are 30, your mortgage is going to be even lower than $25,000. And a lot of you out there are paying rent. And these rents are 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. I've seen rent some places even down the North Coast for 150,000 Jamaican dollars. So why pay that amount when you could buy a house? Now, if you compare to the banks, as I said, the lowest percent you're going to get with a bank is 6%. Sometimes you get 5.9, sometimes you get 5.5. If they're having like a little deal or a little promotion going on, they will give you that. But if you compared my 6.5 million that I received in 2019 at 2%, and I'm paying $25,000 monthly, I get 38 years to pay. If the bank give you 30, remember the bank not going to give you 38 years to pay. If the bank give you 30 years to pay with the same $6.5 million, you realize that you're, based on the 6% mortgage interest rate now, you realize that your monthly mortgage is going to range anywhere between $60,000 to $70,000 to $80,000 per month. So it doubles, sometimes triple the amount. All right. So right now I'm going to go and show you. So right now I'm going to go to a bank's website, which is the most popular one, the National Commercial Bank, which is the NCB. So most people use that bank. So I'm going to go to their website now, and I'm going to show you their mortgage calculator, and I'm going to show you how to calculate a mortgage online. All right, stay tuned. All right, so we are on the website right here, and of course you can see jncb.com. So we are on the mortgage calculator, and I put in the same 6.5 million, at 8.45. That's the maximum they will go. I don't know the minimum, but that's what they have there. And the length, I'm going to put 30 years. All right. Repayment period. I'm just going to click calculate and tell you. You see? And that's that's what, $49,000. So you can just round it off. By the time they put in their charges and their fees, it will well over $50,000. So you can see clearly what I'm talking about. So this is actually what? Twice the amount, right? And in some cases, they don't give you They don't give you so long to pay. So you have 20, 30 years to repay. Sometimes they just say you only can qualify for 20 years. All right. So as I said before, this is just one example of how the NHD mortgage is affordable. Now I'm going back to the NHD website now to show you some of the benefits that the NHD have for you. Stay tuned. So all right, ladies and gentlemen, we are now back on the NHD website, and these are the various options that they have at the top right here. You can see about NHD you have contribution payments, you have contribution refund, then you have loans. So we're just going to go right under loans right here, and you can see they have policy change, who qualify for a loan, what are the interest rate, mortgage calculator, and that's what we're interested in. So we're going to click on mortgage calculator, and it's going to take us now to the calculator. I said that our mortgage calculator are provided to give you an idea of what you can afford. Please note, figures quoted are only estimate. Now let me tell you, based on experience, when I use this calculator, it's basically the same. Maybe it's $1,000 more or $1,000 less, and the figure that they will tell you. So trust me, this mortgage calculator is pretty much accurate. All right, so just go down to the bottom. You have in the NHD mortgage calculator. You click that again, and it will take you there. All right, so here now you're going to put in income before tax. So you say you're a young professional and you're working like before tax now. So this is your gross. So you're working like $100,000. So that's $25,000 a week. So that's $100,000, right? And they say the year of birth. So you put in your year of birth, and you're young, so you know maybe 1995. All right. It says here, are you contributing to the NHD? Yes. For how long have you been making contribution? So you're working 5 years. So they have your under a year, over a year, put over a year. Are you a public sector worker? Yes. Are you working in the hotel sector? No. Is your name on a house for a title in Jamaica? No. And by the way, if your name is already on a title, you cannot get a benefit. All right? Because it simply means that you get benefit already. So they're only helping people who is not yet a homeowner. All right? Are you certified by the Jamaica Council for person with disability? No. What was this loan? Or what did I click? Okay, have you been received by a loan NHD? No. All right, good. And here click calculate. So ladies and gentlemen, this is where the magic happens now. This is actually telling you a lot of information now. So it's a year income, 100,000 amount they can afford, build and own land, $6.5 million that they will give you, that will lend you. What the terms of repayment is 40 years. I'm reading right across 40 years. See, interest rate 0%. Ladies and gentlemen, like the video, share the video. Interest rate 0%. Monthly payment $18,245. So let's round it after 19,000. You can just round it after 18,005 if you want. Open market, that means if you're buying a house not in an NHD scheme, that is in a new NHD scheme, you're buying it on the open market, somebody buy it already and you're buying it from them, $6.5 million. You get 40 years, 0%, the same money. Scheme unit, that means that if NHD build a new scheme and they're going to sell it, you can get up to 11.8 million. You see that? So you alone, so no longer where you have to join with somebody to buy a house. You don't have to do it again, especially if you're doing with a new scheme in an NHD development. You can buy your house. So if the house is for $12 million, you alone can buy the house for $12 million, depending on how much you are working and what your salary can take. Ladies and gentlemen, as I said, share the video so that we can spread the gospel. So scheme unit, and this is talk about new development, 11.8 million. You get 40 years to repay 0%, and you pay $33,000. Just run it after 33,005. Fine. Now, if you borrow up to say that is 11.8 million, so you can run it off at 12 million. If you are borrowing 12 million and your mortgage is going to work out to be $33,000 per month, or 30, even call it 34, that's a lot of money. Because remember now, the example that I showed you earlier with the bank is lending you $6.5 million, and you're going to pay back what? 39, 40, what? 50 something. Because we're going to have it was $50,000. And you're just paying 33 right here. Service lot. That is in a scheme. You can get up to $7 million to buy a piece of land. And you get 20 years to repay 0%. And look how much you pay. $32,830. House lot. So if you see a house lot in your scheme in your area, country, anywhere, $2.5 million. You get 20 years to repay. You pay $11,700. They also lend solar water heater. You get up to $250,000 for solar water. You get 5 years to repay, 3%, $4,800 a month. Ladies and gentlemen, as I said before, if you are not a contributor to the NHD, please go out there now. If you are a taximan, if you are a doctor, if you're a lawyer, if you're a farmer, if you are a person who work on the garbage truck, wherever you work, if you're a person who work on a school, in a canteen, the gardener, the helper, anywhere you work, make sure that you are contributing to the NHD, to the trust, because the benefit is there for everybody. Now, I am going to go to those persons who are working minimum wage, all right? Just to show you how NHD have a thing for everybody. All right? So, let me start all over. All right. So, minimum wage. So that means you work what, like $7,000 a week. So 4 times 7 is how much? 28. So for the month, $28,000. $28,000. All right, monthly. You're still born in a 1995. What did I do? Sorry about that. So $28,000. I say you're still born 1995. Are you contributing to the NHD? Yes. For how long have you been in contribution? Over a year. You see it? Only person who get benefit, if you're in Jamaica, you have to be contributing consistently to get a benefit, or to qualify for a benefit. You have to be contributing consistently for 52 weeks, which is 1 year. If you're overseas and you're contributing, you have to contribute for 2 years consistently. So over a year. Are you a public sector worker? No. So we're not going to public sector worker. Remember, you're a gardener. You know? Are you working in the hotel? No. Is your name? No. Are you certified by it? No. Have you received a loan from NHD? No. Calculate. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where the magic happens. Look at this. All right. Build and own land. You get $3.4 million. 40 years to repay. Look on your mortgage. $9,000. So there is something for you. You still can buy. And people may say, oh, you can't get a house with $3.8 million. You can. Depends on where you look. Depends on where you look, ladies and gentlemen. And if you are co-applying with somebody, that means you're a person joining together to buy a house. This 3.4 plus the 3.4 is 7.8 million. You understand? No, it's not 7.8, but it's close to 7 million. So you still can get something for that. You can buy a piece of land, build something and start there. Start small. Look at this. Open market, same 3.4, right? 0%. Scheme unit. You're still in the scheme unit. You still get the same 3.4. You get 40 years to repay. Look at this. House lot, $2 million. Solar water heater. You still get the benefit. So I am telling you, even if you're working minimum wage, something is there for you from the NHD. You're working minimum wage, it will be difficult for you to go to the bank and get a loan because you don't have the requisite collaterals and saving history and all of these things. So ladies and gentlemen, don't take this for granted. Please act on this information. Please go, as I said, if you're a taxi man, if you're a conductor, anybody can contribute as long as you take your requisite documents to the NHD. They will work out a thing for you, and something is there for every single Jamaican. All right, look at this. I'm going to go to another one for those persons who think they're a little bit too old and they can't buy anything. Look at this. So you're working the same $100,000, right? Good. But you're born in the 19. So you're born 1970. So you're born 1960, 62. Are you contributing to the NHD? Yes. For how long? So you'd have been in the over 10 years. Alright? Are you a public sector worker? Yes. So you're a policeman or you're a teacher, but you know you never go and face, so you never buy no house. You know, you never have the information what you're supposed to have. And something go on in your life where you never even buy no house. You're still not out of the thing. Are you working in the hotel sector? No. Is your name? No. 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 Calculate. Remember 1962 when Jamaica get independent. Look. $100,000. You see, you still can get bill and hold on $3.8 million. You get 11 years because of your age. You get 11 years. And ladies and gentlemen, this leads me to what I want to talk to you about. NHD also have something that is called an InterGeneration Mortgage, where this person who born 1962 would have been old now. You're the mathematician, you do it. But that person would have been in their late 50s, right? So what this will offer you now, is to actually join maybe with one of your children. Right? So this 3.8 million that you get now, you can join this benefit now with your child or with your wife if you are married. I suppose you know some Jamaican men have younger wives. Suppose their wives is in their 30s and him in their late 50s, 60s, early 60s. Him can join with him wife, and they can buy something. Even though you get 11 years, you get 0% interest rate. You get, and you get 33. You get what, $33,000 mortgage, $32,000 a month mortgage, right? And that's 3.8 million that you qualify for. This is the same amount that I qualified for in 2013. And around the same mortgage per month, monthly mortgage, $35,000, this is $33,000. So ladies and gentlemen, I am telling you, something is there for everybody. For everybody, as you can see clearly from this demonstration, something is there for every jack, man and woman. All right. So I'm just going to go back to the website now. And, we can go back alone. And this is how you obtain your eligibility letter. If you want to buy a house, first thing is you have to get your eligibility letter. The eligibility letter will just tell you how much you are qualified for and your mortgage repayment terms. That is it. All right. So that tells you that there. You can go right here. Contribution refund. Upcoming schemes. You can look at some of the upcoming schemes. It tells you where. So we have Albion, you can put in right here, so the parish. So you live in a St. Catherine, you can put in St. Catherine. And you just click apply and it tells you the upcoming scheme in St. Catherine. Alright, so you have the Bernard Lodge. And remember now, all of these schemes that are coming on stream, if you are working long enough, NHD use a point system. And the point system is only to buy a house in the NHD new development. So how the point system works, for every year that you contribute, you get 20 points. So if you are contributing for 10 years, that will be 20 times 10. All right? So that's what? 2 tens, 20. That's 200 points you'll get right there. So that's how it works, guys. And the more points you have when you apply for NHD new scheme, it puts you at a competitive advantage to those persons with lesser points. Of course, it's not only points that they take into consideration, because they also take into consideration your ability to repay, where you live in proximity to this where the development is taking place, or where you work in proximity to where the development is taking place. So you have the Colbeck Castle, and this was the one that I made a rant. If you want to check out that Colbeck Castle and the current state of it, please, I'm going to put the video right now in the card. So just look up top and you will see the video in the card. Just click on it. Alright, because nothing now go on to say in a Colbeck at all. So you have Colbeck 3 and 4, 2021, nothing now go on. Alright, Colbeck 5. Lot of development in Old Harbour, guys. See, lot of development. So ladies and gentlemen, I certainly hope that I have provided enough information for you to go now and act. Now, you ever hear the saying, you can bring the ass or the donkey to the river, but you can't force him to drink? Ladies and gentlemen, I provided the necessary information, so it is in your hands now to go and act on it. All right? Please do so, because as I said, NHT, which is the National Housing Trust, have a solution for every jack, man and woman in Jamaica, or who is a Jamaican, whether you're living in Jamaica currently or you reside overseas. And I urge those persons who are living overseas to call the NHT now. Reach out to them now. Right? See there? See the information there? Contact us. Call the NHT. Telephone. See there? 929-650029. Right? I have the toll-free number. US and Canada, UK, See there on the screen, right over here. Call the NHD right now. Find out how to start your contribution. And I tell you this, if you're contributing to the trust and you're not planning to take a loan from them, you still will get back your money at the end of the day, because you can do your claim after you reach retirement age. You still can get back your money. So it's a win-win situation, guys. Trust me. This is the best solution that the government has put into place, and we have to big up the the PNP for this, and of course all the parties, because they played their part. And of course we are enjoying these benefits because of Jamaica Labour Party and their policies towards the NHD. So it is neither green nor orange nor yellow nor blue. It is a Jamaican thing, right? Black, green and gold thing. So please call the NHD now and get more information. Thank you very much, and remember, subscribe to Home and Garden Fix and Tricks. I am your host, Nikal. Bless. Peace.